Silent Hill is officially back. Silent Hill 2 is back with a remake, and this is huge news because all of us in the Silent Hill fandom have been pretty much keeping this corpse of a franchise alive. It seems Konami had given up on it. The last thing we got Silent Hill related was a pachinko machine. So basically all of us kind of thought the franchise was dead, and we'd hear rumors, and every time we get our hopes up, they'd be crushed with it just being something that's proven to be false. So we'd really given up hope. So the last thing that was brought up about it was the Silent Hill movie director was talking about how they're making new games. And we were kind of hesitant to believe this because we had always heard rumors. And we're like, we'll see. I'll believe it when I see it. So now Konami has put out Silent Hill 2 all over their social media. And we're excited. We kind of felt something maybe going on because the Suikoden, whatever you want to call it. I know everybody has a hot take on how to call it. They're getting a remaster. So it really did feel like their games are kind of making a comeback. And I think what happened was Konami got a lot of pressure from the fans. And then they saw Capcom remake Resident Evil 2 and 3 and 4, and they're like, we probably should be doing that too because it's selling like hotcakes. And in my opinion, I think Silent Hill is the scariest video game franchise. No shade to Fatal Frame or Resident Evil. I think Silent Hill's scarier is because it's so thought-provoking, and that type of imagery and metaphors and details stick with you beyond, being chased by like Nemesis or Mr. X or Ghosts in Fatal Frame. But don't get me wrong, there's enough space for all these franchises. Those who were there for the PS2 era knows it was popping. We had Fatal Frame, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, a whole bunch of ones that had maybe one and dones that, never came back or stuck. I don't know, Clock Tower was around during the PS2 time. The PS2 was a golden era for survival horror, and honestly, it has never been the same since. So to see Silent Hill come back into the fold to compete with mainly Resident Evil and a few other games is a big deal. So the rumors are true. Bloober Team is working on Silent Hill 2's remake. And if you don't know who that is, it's totally fine. The reason I know about them is because they created the game called The Medium, and it was heavily compared to Silent Hill. But they've also made the Blair Witch video game, the Layers of Fear 1 and 2 game, and a few others. And while I think The Medium visually nailed the Silent Hill 2 aesthetic, I do worry if the original team's not back, if this remake will be able to faithfully adapt all the nuances and metaphors and layers that the original game had. Because I think with Resident Evil 3's remake, a lot was lost and it was not the same game. And I actually think it was worse than the original. So, but then again, I think Resident Evil 2's remake was better than the original. So it could really go either way. But I think no matter who you are remaking this game, the fandom is going to be having like a magnifying glass, just analyzing every single detail going in, because the reality is Silent Hill is such a game that you can tear apart and dissect and analyze the lore and piece together and just sink your teeth into, that someone or a team that doesn't have enough insight or experience or understand those nuances and layers could potentially mess up. And we've kind of seen it happen before with some of the last entries in the franchise. They were not really loved by the fans as much as the first four were. But, I'm wishing them the best. And frankly, a lot of these rumors that overlapped, and we're going to get into rumor territory now, so I want to tell you everything we know so keep you up to speed, because I know everybody hasn't been up to speed on the Silent Hill rumor mill. But all of these seem to connect together. So this was a rumor a long time ago that Bloober Team was working on Silent Hill, and that turned out to be true. And then another rumor, obviously, was the director talking about it from the movies. Then another one that was a big one was that there were multiple Silent Hill games in the works, and the other one had a lot to do with cherry blossoms, and they really wanted to give a complete unique take, the similar way Silent Hill 2 was a unique take, the similar way Silent Hill 4 was a unique take. They wanted to do something completely new to kind of keep it fresh and not be confined to the cult from the first and the third game. And there were some leaks for that, and you can go find them if you want to. Believe it was like a little girl with a cherry blossom on her head or something. It was it was very original imagery, in the same way like Pyramid Head is very original, or a lot of the Silent Hill creatures are very fresh and original. So I think it was a very welcomed addition if it's true. However, it's gonna be great to know if there's multiple Silent Hill games. Guys, as I'm literally editing my video, I learned there's another Silent Hill game officially out. There's a trailer out for it too. It's called Silent Hill F. And this goes back to the rumors all of us heard about and leaked about a year ago, if not months ago. And back then, it was said it was a Silent Hill leak rumor. We all took it with a grain of salt because it looked so different from the rest of the Silent Hill franchise, but there were heavy themes of cherry blossoms and a girl with a cherry blossom in her head, and I think there were 4 images, and many of us thought them to be true. Some of us, like I said, were hesitantly cautious because we've been hurt before, but it turns out this rumor was true, and the trailer very much gives Fatal Frame-like vibes. It's very Japanese, which is interesting because Silent Hill is typically more American-based, but this one seems very Japanese, has a very floral, plant, coral aesthetic to it as well, and it very much ties into the leaks that happened months ago. And I'm excited. 2 Silent Hill games. Check out these trailers. They're so beautiful. They so nail the aesthetic of Silent Hill. And I'm going to be a little bit more judgmental on the Silent Hill 2 remake, just because there's something to compare it to, and I wanted to elevate the Silent Hill 2 and not be less than what Silent Hill 2 was. But Silent Hill F is a completely new experience, so we're going to be judging this on what it is as a new piece of art in the Silent Hill world. So here we go. And this wouldn't be the first time that teams have split up to work on different projects at the same time. I think some of Silent Hill, whoever was on Team Silent at the time was working on Silent Hill 4 and 3 around the same time as well. So, you do get a lot of that going on, and there is some overlap, and not everyone's on the same thing. So, I really do hope all of this goes well. I think the biggest disappointment was PT not coming to fruition, and I do feel that first-person haunted house really got its flavor sucked up by Resident Evil and with the Bakers and the Ethan storyline. And Silent Hill really took that and ran with it. I saw a lot of ideas from that trailer that Silent Hill reused, or Resident Evil reused that they saw from Silent Hill. They was looking, honey. Well, okay. So we have a lot to look forward from Konami and the Silent Hill franchise, and I'm just hoping this all goes well, because there is potential for this to go bad. I mean, if you really look at it, the last time this game had a remaster was this one. Can y'all see it? And it wasn't good. Let's hope this second time around they really nail it, because I know Resident Evil, Silent Hill 2 is beloved in the horror franchise and definitely top tier. It's a legendary title. I honestly wish they would have remade the first game instead, because I just feel like the first game really sets the foundation, especially for newer players. And it's the one that needs it the most out of the entire ones. Out of the entire franchise, the first game needs it the most. However, 2 is a good jumping on point. I don't think you really need to play 1 to understand 2. So if you're new to the franchise, don't feel like you have to play the first one to understand what's going on. They all take place in the same town, but most of them revisit different people. It's all different people. The only one you really need to play in order to understand the storyline is 3. You need to play 1, because 1 goes into 3. Like, 3 is a direct sequel to 1, but everything else you're kind of fine. If you play 4, it may be a little helpful if you play 2, but it's not necessary. So, new players coming into this is a great jumping on point, and if they do this right, this could be an incredible survival horror experience. And I just really hope they get it right, because the last thing Silent Hill needs right now is another L. But if all goes as planned, look forward to 2 games and a movie. So as I'm uploading my video to YouTube, I find out that there are not only 1 more Silent Hill games on the queue, but 2 games in development. Silent Hill Ascension and Silent Hill Townfall. Both games look super fresh, different, and artistic, and I'm really happy Silent Hill is going into so many different new directions. One of these got to be a masterpiece. So Silent Hill Townfall was a teaser, but it gave us this walkie-talkie, and it had a lot of dialogue, and it was very artistically well done for a teaser, and it talked about why Silent Hill tortures the people that are there, and I'm really looking forward to it. I really thought that was a beautiful, nice teaser, and can't wait to see what they come up with. Silent Hill Ascension, that is going to be a multiplayer experience, and Silent Hill is here to make multiplayer scary. I know a lot of y'all don't think multiplayer is scary, but I think it can be done. I played Dead by Daylight and Resident Evil Outbreak, and I love how multiplayer games can send you up just this panic-inducing randomness that I think can work if done right. But it looks like this game, Silent Hill Ascensions, really is going to be playing with chat, and we got to see a little bit of a creature. So y'all, there are going to be 4 Silent Hill games coming out. We are going to be fed for the long, starving... I don't even know how many years it's been since the last Silent Hill game. Let me reframe that. The last good Silent Hill game. I'm not counting that pachinko machine. A pachinko machine. Alright, it's a great day to be a Silent Hill fan, guys. Wish them all luck on their projects, and let's hope for the best. And this is a new era. 4 games and a movie. Me, Jinx, signing out for real this time.